I'm live on YouTube. Every day I go live on YouTube between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not a subscriber, what you can do is hit that red subscribe button and then hit the bell notification sign until it says all notifications. Click that again. You'll have two annunciations on the side of the bell and you'll be alerted every time I go live. You can join the live chat feed, and like a couple people just did, you can add a comment. I read the comments. We have a conversation. We can talk about anything. You want to talk about living out a car, you want to talk about life, you want to talk about how shitty it's going, or you want to talk about how good things are going. It's good to share. I try to make it a healthy, safe, fun environment. There's always a little bit of recklessness that happens, but overall, it's pretty positive. And I've been enjoying the live feeds. I've been enjoying connecting with other positive, like-minded people, and it's been a blessing. And each live feed, what I do is I pick a structured topic that I talk about kind of in the beginning, and then we just go from there, and we free flow. That being said, let me acknowledge some of the live chat viewers. AJ's in the building, gave the hand up emoji. AJ, brother, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying focused. I hope you're enjoying Planet Fitness. And I hope that you are talking well to yourself. I hope that you're encouraging yourself. I hope that you're staying positive on yourself. Don't let anyone discourage you, and don't give in to any insecurities. Go forward and stay in peace and stay in love, brother. Star Pack, what's up? Star Pack, that's my guy. Star Pack was at a party last night. He had a friend's party, and I'm glad that he enjoyed life. I hope your friend had a good birthday yesterday, brother. Star Pack, you're always missed, but I want you to live your life. Go out there and make it happen. Oh, we got the beautiful Mama, Hentel Mama. I'm just calling her Mama. She gave the hand up with the two eyes looking at me emoji. Amen, Mama. Good to have you. I appreciate that, Mama. I like the emojis. Star Pack, sorry I couldn't make it last night. That's all right, brother. You're always missed, but I always want you to live your life. I want everyone to live their life and live a good, positive, blessed life. It's like a little bit red here. I'm still trying to work out the lighting. And we go from there. Let's see if we can adjust this a little bit. Ooh, spooky, spooky. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I like that. AJ said, thank you. No problem, brother. Blessed to have you. Oh, Josh is in the house. Josh, a new viewer, is coming in strong. Josh has a vision of maybe one day living full-time in his car. But right now, he's in the Midwest, I believe. And he's just enjoying the ride with us. And we're going from there. That being said, let me get into my structured topic. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun. What I want to share with you tonight is night and day. Two different things, night and day. The world looks different at night. At night, you have higher levels of anxiety, higher levels of fear, and more concern about being overwhelmed with life. Nighttime, when the sun goes down and it's dark outside, it can play on your emotions. When the sun comes up and when a new day springs, there's joy. There is a level of mental relief. On average, there's exceptions, of course, in life, and we all have exceptions. Nobody wants to get up and go to work. I understand that. But I want you to be clear. You have a vision of doing something with your life. It's going to be different of how you feel about it at night versus during the day. You start off on your journey. You go on a road trip. You pack your bags. It's early in the morning. The sun is rising. You get out there. You're very excited. You're very encouraged. At night, it's dark. Things are a little bit more creepy. Your emotions start to play on you. Your mind is tired. And it can become a vicious cycle of an unhealthy space for your mind and for your spirit. You want to live in a car? You see me doing it? It's all fun. Then you're in the middle of a parking lot at night and you're scared as hell. Life is night and day. Over time, I've learned to discipline my mind and calm myself and stay on a good sleep cycle to alleviate the mind tricks that the nighttime can play with you. Because weeping may endure a night, but joy comes in the morning. The trick is sometimes to get to the morning without losing your peace while keeping a sound mind. The nighttime can make you text someone you shouldn't text because you're lonely, your mind is in a flurry, and you need a high, so you text someone. Nighttime, people stay up past a certain hour, they tend to eat more and eat unhealthy. They have to do anything they can to put their mind at ease and go to sleep. Night and day, complete different mindset. It creates an environment for a different mindset. You have to calm yourself and just realize that the earth is just spinning, rotating away from the sun. It's not the end of the world. It's not an apocalypse. Calm yourself. This is the cycle. This is the order of a day. This is the order of life. Whether you're in a dark parking lot or in the darkness of your house, calm your mind and realize that joy comes in the morning. Don't allow anxiety. Don't allow it. Don't allow fear. Don't allow being overwhelmed with all the things that come with a new day and a new week. Sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves. This is part of mental health. You want to live a well life. It's not just about having no bills. It's about taking care of your mental health. It's about being mindful that you're going to have different emotions and different feelings in the night versus the day. And you have to try to be aware and be conscious of these feelings so that you don't give in to them and that you don't work yourself into a frenzy. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. All right, that being said, that's what I wanted to share tonight. And now I'm going to go into live comments. Pat's in the building. Also, Patricia Stroud, who says she is really a female. And if you don't believe her, check her out on Facebook because she's got a hot profile picture of her and she'll verify that she's a girl, a woman. Okay? Do you have the verification blue check mark to verify that? Pat, I'm just joking with you. Good to see you, Pat. Jamelia, new subscriber. And she was your new subscriber. Yes, thank you for that. You are real and apology. Dang, I don't understand that word, but that's okay. Thank you for the compliment because I just get the tone that it's a compliment. I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining. I appreciate you adding a comment. Thank you very much. Love and respect to you. Scott Beeman. Hey, Sam. Good to see you, brother. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Is that a dog in the profile picture or a wolf? I can't see. Doug's in the building. New Mexico. Show some love for Doug. He loves New Mexico. And I show him respect on that. Sammy, all caps. Good evening from New Mexico. Good evening to everyone else. Amen. It's good to have a support system, especially at night. Why? Because the nighttime is going to play havoc with your mind. Discipline yourself. Catch yourself. Structure your life where you have a support system where you need it. If you need a little bit more support at night, do so in a healthy way. Whether it's joining a live YouTube stream, whether it's watching something that speaks to your confidence. You shouldn't be watching thriller movies in the middle of the night. You shouldn't be watching CSI murder mystery in the middle of the night. We had a female in here one time, a girl in here one time. She said, I don't know if she was joking or I don't know what she was doing. But she said, yeah, I want to live out of my car, but I keep having fantasies that I'm going to live in my car and I'm going to get raped. And then she went on to say, well, I watch a lot of CSI murder mysteries where they rape women and things like that. There's some people that get off on scaring themselves. There's some people that love the thrill of fear. That's an unhealthy mind. In my experience, people who like the high rides, people who like to dance with fear, they also tend to be more drug addicts. They also tend to do more destructive behavior. People who fantasize about fear have an unhealthy mind. Night and day. That's my opinion. And that's what I've actually seen in my life, in real life. Jamelia, and forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. I try my best. I'm not good at pronouncing or spelling. Jamelia, you're a new subscriber. I feel you are speaking directly to me. Amen. Thank you. And I'm so happy I found your channel. You are anointed. Well, thank you. I received that word of encouragement, and I appreciate it. It's not for nothing. Thank you, Jamelia. Love and respect to you as well. My man Doug from New Mexico. There's a line of people behind you. Are you in a drive-thru? Yes, that's a fast food restaurant behind me. Am I getting something? No. Why am I here? Because what I've learned through my journey of doing live feeds, I try to go somewhere where there's Wi-Fi in case my cell phone, the wireless service goes out. Because I try to get better. So what I've learned is I have a Sprint Unlimited data plan, and I use that to stream all my live streams. If it gets caught up and I need to jump on the Wi-Fi, that has some behind me. So if I'm in an area to do that, that's what I've learned, to try to make the live streams better, get some more lighting in there, and that's it. But good question. Star Pack, nice topic, Sammy. Thank you, Star Pack. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's real life, man. That's what I noticed throughout the course of my life. I mean, when the sun goes down, I mean, especially in my immature younger days, the nighttime used to play havoc with my mind. I used to uh, get more anxious. I used to text the wrong people. I used to eat the wrong things, and it was a vicious cycle of unhealthy behavior. I've worked a night shift too, and before I learned to mature and have good habits, that was also part of a downward spiral in my physical health, messing up my sleep cycle. Sleep mind. There's like different toxins and fluids that during the course of the night, specifically like in your REM sleep, like in your deepest sleep, there's fluids that kind of like almost drain out of your brain, and it's like a self-filtering process. If you ever Google it, it's very interesting. And so when you're not in that healthy sleeping pattern, and when you stay up too late, and when you give into all the different things that the nighttime can bring, you can really destroy yourself from a mental to emotional to actual physical harm during the nighttime. You have to be very careful. Mama says, I'm already overwhelmed by the new week. Good point, and thank you for sharing that. I felt that too, and I caught myself. Because it's a new week, as I make this video now, it's Sunday evening. So a new week should bring high expectation, joy, but it brings an overwhelmed spirit because we have to get up for work tomorrow, or we have tasks to do, and all the things that are ahead of us get very overwhelming. And so we have to calm ourselves and say one day at a time, one step at a time. It's no different than any other day. And we have to calm our spirit. The temptations you face are no different than anyone else. There's part of the scripture that say that. So what I feel, you feel. What you feel, other people feel. You're not alone. That's also part of calming your spirit. Sometimes when we work ourselves into a frenzy, we think, oh, I feel this way. It's not normal. Everyone else feels this way. And that's part of a self-fulfilling prophecy of you being more nervous than you should, and you isolating yourself, thinking that something's wrong with you and no one else feels this way. I'm speaking on it directly to expose it, to shed light on it. Is that, the nighttime brings that, especially on a new week. Josh, are you using that free Wi-Fi from McDonald's? No, but I may have to tap into it because this live feed cut out twice already. Save some of that unlimited data from your phone carrier. Well, there's nothing to save because all I got to do is, I got unlimited. The problem is it depends, I guess, the bandwidth or whatever, and what spot I'm in, it'll cut in and out. But I don't really like using Wi-Fi. I like using my Sprint unlimited data. I really barely ever use Wi-Fi unless I have to laptop into my computer. Missy Fernandez, hey Sam, from Chattanooga, Texas. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Is that right? I have a good friend that loves Tennessee. Never been to Tennessee. Love and respect to you, man. Good to meet you, sweetheart. Thank you, Missy. Josh, by the way, I'm in Indianapolis area. Josh, all right, good. Thank you. Indianapolis Colts. Love and respect to Indianapolis. Sacha with the smiley face. The beautiful Sacha's in the building. How was your night out last night, Sasha? Goon Loso, 203 New Haven, Connecticut. What's up, Sam? Goon. Love and respect to you, Goon. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support and love. Appreciate that, Goon. AJ, Sam, what do you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Are you in good shape? Yeah, overall I'm in good shape. I'm 210 pounds, about 6 foot. So overall I'm in good shape. What do I eat for breakfast? I have a banana. I have a small Pike Starbucks coffee with soy milk on the side and 2 health bars. I have about the same thing about 3 hours later. For lunch, I usually have a salad and maybe a piece of whole grain bread and a Diet Coke. And then I have another Starbucks, same thing, banana, 2 health bars around 3. And then at night, I'll have another salad and maybe some. This is my only treat. My skinny popcorn. Don't be mad at me. 675 pounds, 675 calories in one bag. Do I eat the whole bag? Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I do. But overall, I'm at a sustainable, good, healthy weight. I really don't eat any dairy or animal products for the most part. Once in a while, fish. So pretty much a plant-based diet. Like I said, what should you do to get your health in order? Eat more plants, drink more water. Don't eat out. Cook home. If you eat out, be very careful. Because even like salmon and stuff like that is all soaked in butter. That's why it's delicious. So just be careful. Missy. I've been living in my car for a year. Oh, that's awesome. And I had to overcome my fear of being alone at night. Yes, Missy, thank you for sharing that. That's a big fear. And I appreciate you sharing that. I feel that I am more aware of everything than before. That's wisdom. And that's a great comment. Everyone should take heed to that comment. Because you will be excited. Oh, I'm going to have no bills. I'm going to live out of my car. Then nighttime comes. It's very scary. It's very different. But is it really different? No. I mean, it's part of retraining your mind, because there's people right here that are watching this that they're overwhelmed, just like our mama said, which I had a house for 15 years, so I understand. You're overwhelmed by the new week, and the nighttime, it brings a level of fear. But weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. That's why, to me, it's very important that you wake up very early. You don't take any naps during the day. By the time 10, 11 o'clock comes at night, you're tired as hell. Very important. That structure is part of living well. You can live cheap, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'll live well. To live well is more to really enjoy life. It's a mind, body, soul thing. You have to take care of yourself well, and you have to realize that, you could have extra money, but if you're not in physical health, if you're not taking care of your mental and emotional health, you're going to be a wreck. You're going to be a wreck, and you're not going to enjoy life. So you really have to balance all those things. You have to try to be a well-rounded person. That's very important. That's why I try to hit on all those aspects of what it is to be thriving as a being, not just living cheap. That's where I try to separate myself from other channels that just preach, well, just live cheap. Here's where you go to camp for free. Here's how you hook up your RV. All that stuff's good. I watch that stuff, but it has to be mind, body, soul, because you can live dirt cheap and you can also have a dirt cheap spirit, that you're not taking care of your physical health. Your emotions are a wreck. You have mental anxiety up the wazoo. You're popping Xanax and everything else. And there's no condemnation on that, but we have to try to take care of ourselves well. That's very important to me, and that's what I'm sharing about. Start back. REM stage is where you lucid dream. Yes, that's from my understanding, it's their deepest point of sleep, and that's where your brain kind of like filters toxins, and it's very important for your well-being, not to disturb that level. Now, usually that's for me, it's usually like between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's from my cycle. Missy, yeah, laugh out loud. Sachi, good, thanks for asking. Amen, Sachi, keep it good. Josh, what is more uncomfortable to you, sleeping in the car, the extreme cold, or the extreme heat? The extreme cold. The extreme heat is uncomfortable too, but this year, well, at least in New Jersey, I guess it depends where you live, right? Because if you were in Florida in the winter, it's not extreme, which I was, not full time. But in January this year in New Jersey, it was 0 below. That was cold as hell, and that was very tough. I woke up a couple times in the middle of the night, had to start my car, and this and that. So, I would say that it does get hot in, July and January. If you live in a modern Northeast or something climate where you feel all 4 seasons, if you're in an all 4 season state, what you need to be mindful of is January and July are going to be your toughest months, because July is the height of the summer and January is the depth of the winter. So those are the two peaks of the, earth cycling. So, those are what you have to be mindful of. Again, the ideal situation is you could travel with the level and try to moderate that. But if you don't, then you have to try to have some type of, a heater or cooling system. And then if you don't do that, like me, I live completely off the grid, you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. There's a price to pay for everything. I'm willing to pay that price for me for the complete freedom. But it's not for everyone. Start back, skinny pop. That's right. You gotta have a little treat in life. Like I said, I went through a season of my life where I just ate raw fruits and vegetables, and I was lean as a bean. Let me tell you something. I never thought I would have I didn't have a full 6-pack, but I had a 4-pack. And you saw me, I had cheekbones, all sexied out, and I was lean as a bean, but I had no treats. Is life better with a little bit of treats? Yeah, you need a little bit of treats. And for all my guys out there, you know what? Girls like you with just a little bit of extra meat on you. Why? Because it takes some of the pressure off them. You think after a girl's in her 30s and 40s, you think she wants to, be restricting herself from all that food? Hell no. And let me tell you something. After a girl's 30, you think she wants flowers? She don't want flowers. She wants chocolate cheese and let her shop and shut the fuck up. That's what she wants. She don't care about, no flowers. I mean, please, that's maybe a little bit of a plus. She wants you to have a little bit of gut, take the pressure off her so she can eat a little bit more without you judging her, and, be a little bit dumb. She wants the hot dumb guy too. So don't put too much pressure on. That's the other thing. Like these guys, some of these guys, they're in the gym thinking they're gonna get the hottest chick working out and being built. To be honest with you, once a woman gets past a certain age, she doesn't want you all extra buffed out. You're gonna put too much pressure on her. So please don't put too much pressure on yourself. You have to live free, and it takes a while to find that balance. But this is real stuff. I'm trying to tell you. Take notes on this one. Big Dirty Logistics logged in late. What's up tonight? Big Dirty Logistics. Good to see you, brother. You know I love you. Appreciate you. Doug from New Mexico. I see that the East Coast is getting hit with bad weather, yet behind you it looks dry and nice. Is the storm coming or has it passed? It's passed. 2 nights ago there was high wind advisory. There was some flooding on the coast, and I was actually going to take a plane down to Fort Lauderdale, and they got canceled on Saturday. And then I was this close to getting on a plane today because I don't have to go back to work till Wednesday. So I was like, and I kind of like almost now, I don't know if I regret not getting on it, but I was going to take an 8 o'clock flight from here down to Fort Lauderdale and then stay there until Tuesday night. But I didn't want to do it. I got to try that though, because I don't like flying, but I have to try. I've flown before, but I have to try that to see if that may be another solution as a bridge until I can do something completely remote, that if I can fly down to Florida on my weekends. I still got to bite the bullet on that one, but that's what I've been thinking about. Meadow, the beautiful Meadow from the Philippines. Meadow, love and peace to you. Smile emoji and hand up emoji. Meadow, give me a cat emoji. Why? Because Meadow has cats and Meadow plays the guitar. Love and respect to you, Meadow. Start back. Wake up at 5:30 a.m. That's wisdom. I think every person, if you can, unless you work the night shift, should wake up between 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. max. Get up early, be tired, but get up anyway, and don't take any naps during the day. That'll help you be tired at night. I feel like I have a good sleep schedule. You do, brother, to be so young. When I was young, when I didn't have work, I would sleep till like noon. And that's why I was in a bad sleep cycle. That's why I'd be out late doing stuff I shouldn't did, overeating, eating unhealthy things, having a bad sleeping cycle. And does that play havoc on your mind, body, and soul? Hell yeah. One of the most important things is not to gym. It's a healthy sleep cycle. Not sleeping too little, but not sleeping too much. Because there is 2 dynamics of life. There's how you live life during the day, and there's how you live life during the night. I want you to be mindful of there's 2 halves there's 2 halves of the day. There's night and day. 12 hours, like sunlight basically, and 12 hours of darkness. You can't just do well in the daytime and then forget about the focus and the structure at night. You have to win both halves in order to live a good life. But many times people put up the facade just during the day, and at night in the privacy of their home, they do destructive behavior. And that's why, like, a lot of times people say, Sam, like, are you embarrassed when sometimes people that, know you in real life, they see you on YouTube, they see you being like a little bit wild, that they're going to judge you, this and this? No, I don't. Why don't I? Because I know that people can act all proper and uppity when I see them, whether professional, personal, whatever. But I know what they do behind closed doors. I know that everyone has a dirty cup inside. Outside it's clean, but inside it's dirty. I know the struggle that people face when no one can see them, when they're in the privacy of the home, the battles with their children, the battles with their spouse, the battles with anxiety, the battles with self-medicating. And so I share my life, at least I put it out there. But I'll be damned if I'll be judged by somebody who appears to be normal during the day, but at night in the privacy of the home, complete different story. Life is night and day. There's 2 different parts of things in this world. It's night and day. And you have to be mindful of, you just see one part of something sometimes. Be very careful. Mama, have you ever traveled to bad weather, have you ever traveled to bad neighborhoods or places? What are your thoughts? Yes, definitely. In my youth, and in, as I got older, I walk around during the day. I'm mindful anywhere I'm at now past midnight. I'm sleeping by midnight. But during my youth, I spent time in the projects, in New Jersey, in different projects, from Newark, New Jersey to the Bronx, etc., etc. I didn't live there. I lived in a suburb, but I had a sister who was strung out on drugs, and various times I would be in the projects with her and her friends. And I'm well diverse. I've been in the worst neighborhoods, and I've also seen some of the best neighborhoods. And what I found is there's good and bad in everything. And then when I've got older, like I say, I spent a lot of time in New York, so I would walk all the way from downtown Manhattan into Brooklyn. Then I would walk all the way to middle Manhattan and upper Manhattan, where there's some of the wealthiest people in the world. Upper Manhattan, East Side, very wealthy, Park Avenue, and then I go up that and I go into Harlem. And so I would see all the different cultures and aspects of life. But as I become an adult and as I mature, and as I put myself in the right environment, is that I don't, by 11 o'clock on average, latest, I'm sleeping. Most trouble happens, good or bad neighborhoods, really doesn't matter, between midnight and 6 a.m. So if you're up in those hours, which I've been up in, I came out of the strip club 3 a.m., and then go to Newark, go to some prostitute house, and, it is what it is. So certainly, I've seen guns pulled out, I've seen this, I've seen that, I've seen this. So, but it's also helped shape me to have a well-diverse mind. But that being said, once you mature, when I was a child, I spoke as a child and acted like a child. When I became an adult, I put away childish things. Some of my friends didn't. Some of my friends remained that. Some of my friends paid the price for that. Only by the grace of God, I got out of certain things. Some people had it worse than me. Some people had it better. But I've seen enough different environments, good and bad neighborhoods, to know there's good and bad in everything. There's some assholes that are rich, and there's some assholes that are poor. There's some great people that are rich, and there's some great people that are poor. Some things are financially based, but overall, what I've learned is, doesn't matter where you go, there's good and bad in everything, and there's character, and there's also wisdom. So you are responsible for what environment you put yourself at, what time, etc., etc. And some of that comes with age and maturing. When you're young, you're going to do immature things because that's part of youth and growing up. Good question. And those are my thoughts. Thank you, Mama. Meadow, I'm 35, and I don't care about flowers. Meadow's in the house. I didn't know you were 35, Meadow. Thank you for sharing that. Amen. Fellas, which should you get a woman above 30? Chocolate, cheese, and just give her some cash to go shopping. I don't care if she wants to go shopping at the dollar store or in the mall. Let her go shopping, get chocolate cheese. Don't judge her. Shut up, and give her space. That's what she wants. You think she wants flowers and like a romantic dinner somewhere she don't like? I don't think so. That's not my experience. Sacha, nope, not true. I love flowers every once in a while, and I'm 41. Heart emoji. Well, I'm not mad at you. Everyone's different. So I want to let Sacha's voice be heard. That being said, if I had to put my money on, fellas, what you're better off on average, I would invest in chocolate and cheese. Is it healthy? No. But on average, maybe Sacha's an exception, I think you do better as far as, making a woman happy. But that's just my opinion coming from, my perspective, but I'm not mad at you. Start back. Pulling out all the life lessons tonight, Sammy. Amen. Why I like to share. I get inspired. I renew my spirit. There's something about me that I love to share. And it's when I don't share, my energy levels aren't as high up. So that's why I know for me, this is part of my destiny. It's part of my gift. It's part of my purpose. And so when I'm not doing it, I feel like something's missing. So I'm very thankful to have this fulfill me. Josh retracted. Meadow gave the cat emoji face. Thank you, Meadow. Start back. Cat emoji face, guitar, cat emoji face, and another guitar. That's for our girl Meadow. Love and respect the Meadow. Josh, right on. Dudes in the gym with all those ripped muscles, but no personality. Doesn't cut it in the real world. Well, it can cut it in the real world. Believe me, there's a lot of guys out there ripped getting a lot of butt. But where's those relationships pretty much end? Disaster. I don't know. Look, I do think though you do well to take care of yourself. So to exercise, to be in good shape. Certainly, you don't want to be a glutton, which I was. But I'm just trying to bring that to mind. I mean, obviously, do whatever you want with your life. If you want to have a six-pack, that's a great goal if that's what you want. I mean, everyone should do what they want, but I'm trying to take off some of the mental pressure. Because sometimes you think, like, if you have, and I've been there, you want your body perfect, you want to wear the perfect outfit. You put so much pressure on yourself to have the perfect physique, to have the perfect outfit. And you know who they cheat on you with? Someone who doesn't have as good a physique as you and someone who has less outfits and a worse car. Women get a dress, they get their hair done, they get their nail done, and you know who your man's going to fuck on the side? Some ugly chick, and then you're going to question everything that you invested in yourself. Does that mean you shouldn't take care of yourself? Well, no, but that means you should take some of the pressure off. Because let me tell you something. If someone's not going to be faithful to you, it doesn't matter, if you're, got a six-pack or you're moderately overweight. Now, look, you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you But just be careful that you don't put too much pressure on yourself. That's my overall message with that. My man Doug at 55, what's important is a sustainable life. Amen. That's right. As you get more mature and older, you realize that. Not what you drive. Yes, that you also realize that. How you dress, that's right. What you eat, etc. Smart people build a sustainable life. Great word, brother. That is a lesson from the 55-year-old man. That's right. That's what I've learned. 37, that's what I learned. Sustainability. Financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. You want to build a healthy, sustainable life. When you're young, you want the fast car, you want the nice clothes, you want the this, and some people, it doesn't matter. They get old. I see a lot of older people out there doing it. Trying to put up the show. And if that's what they like, that's what they should do. Don't live like me. I mean, you have to live like you, but it's not sustainable. In my view. So you just gotta be careful. Meadow. Hey, Star Pack. Gotta go for Sammy. Take care, guys. Meadow. Peace and love to you. Thank you, Meadow. We love you. Go in peace. Gilbert. Hey, everyone. Gilbert. Love and respect to you. Good evening, brother. Jesus in the building. How you doing? Yeah, overall, I'm doing good, Jesus. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a couple nights, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is treating you all right. And, overall, I feel good. I'm thankful. Good to see you, brother. Gilbert. Sammy. What's going on, big dog? Star Pack. See ya at Metal Tales. Missy. So true. Star Pack. Hey, Gilbert. Star Pack. What's up? Sasha. Star Pack. Nothing much. Just tuning in. Sasha. I'm not that much of a sweet eater. What's your favorite food, Sasha? My man Doug from New Mexico says, for the guys, women love it when you trim those nose hairs and ear hairs. And if you have fur in other strange places, remove it. Yeah, that's a dynamic. I mean, when I was young, I still do it. In the summertime, I shave my chest, I shave my back, I shave my arms. Sometimes I shave my legs. I keep my pubic hairs. I said I don't give a fuck. And I do that. I had some girls say they would like a hairy chest. That's a man. That's what they want to see. I don't give a fuck. Why? Because I don't want to be in a relationship with any girl. I don't care how hot she is. And then some girls say they like it, like when you shave everything off. So you gotta do you. You understand what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what they like. Because at the end of the day, after 5 years, you ain't gonna like them anyway. You shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. You have separate rooms. You're not even sleeping in the same bed. You don't give a fuck what they have to say. That's the truth, in my opinion. Do what you want. Now, I know you've seen The Notebook. I know you think that's how life ends. Is that how life ends? Not really. Maybe with your mom or your father, but not with real relationships. Not how. I've seen it once. I've seen it once where I actually know a loving guy. He was there for his wife when she died of cancer. But it was a horrible thing. Ripped his heart out. And I don't think the brother ever recovered. But he did recover. Eventually, I think like 3-4 years later, he started dating another girl. Life goes on with or without you. But there will be a piece of soul that comes out of you. So you got to decide. I mean, is your dream to live the Notebook life? I'm not mad at that. Does it happen? Maybe once in a blue moon. But is that what you want? That's not what I want. I don't want my life to end in a nursing home, collapsing in my wife's arms that I had to take care of her for the last 2 years. She didn't remember who I was. The kids left. That's not the life for me. Some people want that life, but I'm being honest with you. I don't want it. So everyone has to decide what they want for them. Praise the Lord. Missy, Sam, you ever treat yourself to a nice dinner and a movie? Well, I don't. I used to. For me, a treat is skinny popcorn. I don't even enjoy eating unhealthy anymore because my body just shuts down. It took a while for me to get there. It took about. I'm going almost on my 8th year of totally like changing my health and I overate. I was obese for years, so I ate everything I wanted to. I got it all out of my system. And now for 8 years, pretty much living clean. Once in a while, like I like a turkey bacon breakfast sandwich from a Jersey deli. But even after I eat that, my body starts to shut down. I really don't enjoy it anymore because my body just, it shuts down right after I eat it. And I don't like how I feel. I don't feel inspired. I feel sluggish. So the skinny popcorn is a healthy, sustainable treat that gives me a little bit of kick. I don't starve myself. I eat regularly every few hours. I just shared bananas, soy milk, coffee, health bars. So I'm moderately overweight actually for my height. I'm supposed to be between like 175 to 200. I'm 210. So I don't, but I once did. So I understand that struggle. For a while, I had a cheat day. Every Sunday, I would eat a large mushroom pie. But that's why I never lost that last 50 pounds. And finally, when I cut out the cheat day, I changed my whole lifestyle. If you have a cheat day, You may need a cheat day in the beginning when you change your lifestyle, but if you still have a cheat day after 2, 3, 4 years, you didn't change your lifestyle, because that one cheat day will destroy the 6 days that you ate well. And then that's why you never get traction, and that's why people get frustrated, and that's why they say, fuck it, I'm gonna let my whole body go because this shit ain't working. It's not working because you're not consistent. Now, it's not easy. You have to fall, you have to get up, you have to fall, you have to get up. I do believe adopting a plant-based diet is overall the best way, because when you adopt a plant-based diet and lifestyle, what's going to be your cheat day? You ain't going to have a large mushroom pie with all that cheese. That dairy shuts your body down, man. Dairy is the number one cause of saturated fat. So that's my opinion, though. Thank you, Missy. Good question. And movies. Movies I don't really watch anymore. I used to be like a movie connoisseur. I learned a lot of lessons from movies. But now I've spent very little time. Once in a while I watch different YouTube channels. That's my entertainment. I really rarely watch movies. And movies suck. The past 4 or 5 years, they've all sucked. In my opinion, I haven't really seen any good movie that I'm even interested in seeing. So that's my opinion. Josh, that's what I'm saying too. We are on the same page. And before I forget, 2 palm trees and the bikini emoji. I'll take that. Praise the Lord. I was this close. But I wouldn't have done the live feed tonight. If things had went as I was thinking they may have went, right now I would be in an airplane headed to Fort Lauderdale. Would I have been doing a live feed? No, my phone would have been on airplane mode. But I'm thankful. And we'll see. I'm thankful to be with you guys. And this is a blessing to me. I actually enjoy this part of my night, but I'd rather be in Florida. But we'll see. The beautiful Sasha says, I eat pretty healthy, but, all caps, I won't lie, I do love a piece of cheesecake every once in a while. Amen. You guys, you want to know how to get with Sasha? You show up to her door with cheesecake. You shut the hell up. You let her do whatever she wants, and maybe, after 2-3 weeks of slaving, shutting up, catching her on the right night, you may get lucky. But as you get older, you get less lucky, and you get more shut the hell up and feed me. Now, do you want that? I don't want that. Now, I like to fantasize about having... Now, look, let me tell you this right now. I'm going to get a little off track. But what I'm trying to tell you is, nice guys, you may finish last in the beginning of life. When you get older, you clean house. Right now, I could clean up on a MILF game. I've done a little bit in my life. As you get older in life, if you love pets and you love kids, but you don't have pets and you don't have kids, you'll clean up on the MILFs, because they look at you like you're a sensitive, compassionate guy. You'll feed them cheesecake. You won't judge them. And you know what happens eventually? You get in those drawers. Now, I'm being honest with you. I don't want to talk about this, but I don't want a relationship. I don't want the commitment. So a lot of times, the MILFs will see me. They say, oh, this is a guy. He loves kids. He loves pets. And I do. And I'm very good with kids and pets. But I don't want to raise your kids, and I don't want to take care of your pets. That's truth. I'm being honest with you. Now, I used to lie about that, and I used to get a little bit of butt because of that. I cleaned up on a MILF game. Now, I'm trying to tell you, you could clean up on a MILF game, but eventually leads nowhere if you don't want a relationship, because eventually you're going to need to commit. And do I want to commit? No, not at all. Now, once in a while, you'll be maybe like the stranger that they need to get away from the person who's not paying enough attention to them. But can you get in and out very quick? Very hard. Just like it's very hard to make a profit on a trade. You can do it once in a while, but consistency is very hard. Only 9% of people successfully day trade. Only 9% of people successfully get in and out of the MILF game. Very hard. Now, I know it's a little rough. You guys don't want to hear that, but this is my life. I'm not saying do it. I'm saying this is my life. Very well. Mama, do you believe that, all caps, true love exists, or is this just something that is unrealistic and unattainable in this lifetime? One is, I want to say, I am just me. You should be you. I'm saying that because I would never want to steal anyone's dream. For a lot of women I've met, their dream is to be in love. And I am not going to steal that dream. I want to be very clear. That being said, I don't have a dream of that because, yes, I do believe in love. Yes, I believe there is true love, but I also believe it comes with a ton of work, and you will feel love, but it will be more work than love. That being said, for people who have a dream of being in love, they will see maybe past the pain and still shoot for that goal. Just like me, there's work and there's downside of living in a car, but for me, the passion and the freedom outweigh that. For some people, it wouldn't. For some people, they want the security, they want the safety, they want the structure. I'm able to push past the negatives because I have a passion and a dream for it. So I have to put the answer in context. I don't have a dream to be in love. Because I know that's a lot of work. Look, at the end of the day, you're going to lose a lot of freedom and a lot of independence, any relationship you're in, even a healthy one. Now, should you strive for that if you want to? But let me tell you something. I've talked to women older women, older, 40s, 50s, 60s, and, well, I'll say 50s and 60s. 50s and 60s. At 50s and 60s, they don't really want love anymore. What they want sometimes is they want their husband to pass away before them, leave them an inheritance, and live free because they spent all their energy raising their kids, wiping their ass for their husband. Now they want them time. Now, that being said, there's a time in your life. I remember dating a girl. She said there was something in my mind that in my 30s I had to have kids. My hormones are racing. I need to have kids. And then in her 50s and 60s, she said, well, I don't even know if I should have had all those kids because it was too much work. It took too much out of me. She loved her kids. They were a great blessing to her life. But, she wanted also her freedom. She also resented her kids somewhat. There's no one answer. The answer is, what's your dream? Things change over time. And I'm just giving you my perspective. My perspective may not be your perspective. So mama, you have to define your life. Don't let your sister define your life. Don't let your mother. Don't let Sammy define your life. Don't let Inspirational Nomad define your life. I'm sharing my perspective and I'm giving what I've seen in life. That's my answer. Good question. Star Pack. What bars do you eat? Good question, Star Pack. Thou shalt answer. Star Pack. I get these from Target. They only sell them at Target. Health Warrior Chia Bars, okay? Chocolate peanut butter style. I also get the coconut one sometimes. Take a screenshot. All right. Start back. Good question. Tiger Milk is the brand, not the ingredient. Laugh out loud. It is good if I'm hungry, but don't want a big meal. It's really good for people fulfilled hunger-wise. I'm not mad at I try to stay away from dairy, but I'm not mad at you, Star Pack. Doug from New Mexico. I have to roll. Doug, always going to see you, brother. Thank you for joining. This is Old Fart gets up at 4:30 a.m. Good for you. Each weekday. That's good. I work from home and starts at 6:30 a.m. Good for you, brother. So I have a good week. Good, you too, brother. Nice, guys. Finish start. Jerks end up as hermits with long beards. Well, that may be me. I don't know. Thank you. I love you, Doug. Gilbert. All caps. True love. I believe it does exist, but is very slim that you will find it. You will find two willing people to sacrifice to each other because of the outside influences. That's a great comment, Gilbert. Good job. Nurse Jen. Sam is in all caps love with Florida. Nurse Jen, you know what I'm talking about. Nurse Jen, somebody give me a palm tree emoji. Thank you, Nurse Jan. Nurse Jan she read my heart. That's true. I love Florida. I love freedom. I love my mom. But look, that's all I love. I know. Thank you, Nurse Jan. Gilbert, my aunt told me to find someone who loved me because I would give my all, but they would have to be on the same level. Very tough to find someone on the same level. And then when you find someone on the same level, it's staying on the same level for years because things change. You won't be the same person in your 20s than you are in your 30s. You won't be the same person in your 30s than you will be in your 50s. And for somebody to change exactly like you changed over those years, very rare. Very rare. That being said, if that's your goal, you should go for it. Why? Because you should live your dream life. I don't want to steal your dream. I don't want anyone to steal my dream of living in my car and being a nomad and going to Florida and trying to live off investments. So I want to be fair to you. I'm just sharing my life. I love you guys. Josh, Florida coast life is where it's at for me. For some people, they like the cold weather. But me and you, Josh, we're on the same page. Doug, Sammy, you will, all caps, never become a jerk with a long beard. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Love you, brother. My girl, Mama, I don't believe in it. I just wanted to see someone else's perspective. I'm too young for that anyway. Gotta focus on school and graduating first. I'm not mad at you, Mama. I'm not mad at you, Mama. You gotta do your thing. Yeah, it's a journey. You will change over time. Is love a beautiful thing to experience? It is. I've experienced it. Is it a horrible thing when it ends? One of the worst. No one answer. I think it's good to experience. I just don't want to experience it too long because then I wake up and I say, man, my life's gone and I feel resentful. That's just me though. Some people, their dream is like to, pick apples in the fall, to go to their family member's house during Christmas with their family, to cuddle up at night and watch a movie. That makes me want to throw up. Now, at one time maybe it inspired me. At this point in my life, it doesn't inspire me at all. I'm being honest. I can lie to you. Believe me, I know how to lie. I don't want to lie. I want to be honest with you. Star Pack. Same here. At Mama. Star Pack. Got to go through college. Star Pack. College. Yeah, I mean, when you're young, you got to take care of yourself. And, you got to establish yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because definitely relationships will take you off track. Gilbert, your thoughts are in the right focus. Things take order, so truly work right first. Yeah. Basically, he's telling Mama, keep doing your thing because you got it right. Josh, do you find yourself getting nervous come nighttime, or have you adapted? I have adapted. And that's why I started this live feed about this topic tonight. That nighttime, it's going to feel emotionally and mentally different than it feels during the day. But it's a thing that it doesn't matter if you live in a car or in a house. There's people that feel this regardless. But more so in a car because you're closer to the outside elements. And there's less structure separating you from nature. But for me, I don't fear it anymore. I've totally adapted. If I had to give one life lesson, if I had a child, I don't have a child, I would just tell them, have a mindset that's willing to adapt. Most people don't. And so it's not easy. And it's not for everyone. But yeah, I have adapted. Thank you, Josh. Star Pack, at Mama. We'll make sure you take classes that support your dream. Yeah, and even when you're young, you don't know what you want to do career-wise. You may major in college in something you think you want to do or you think that's a good career choice. And then you may get older and you may realize you don't like doing that. There's no one answer. All I could tell you is you have freedom and you have flexibility until you have kids and once you get married. Once you have kids and once you get married, then you have more pressure to, then you got to figure out what you want to do for a career, and then you have more responsibility. I always say the top 3 expenses are this. The number 1 expense in your life, period, is having a child. The United States government estimates that it costs, from 0 to 18, it costs $250,000 to raise a child. Between 0 to 18. You're basically, when every child you have, you're mortgaging $250,000 for 18 years. There's a reason that people who have high amounts of babies are also caught in high levels of poverty. There's a total reason. Because they're huge expense. So that's the number 1 expense. I know a guy that he got a vasectomy after 1 child. I think that's wisdom. Now, I know another guy who loves children. He wants to have 3, 4. If that's his dream, I'm not going to tell him no. He should live his dream. I'm just saying be mindful financially. They're a huge obligation. You're not going to be the best parent you can be when you're under a financial stress. You're going to be stressed out. So top 3 expenses are having a child. The second one is housing costs, whether you rent, buy, or whatever. And the third one is your car costs. Those are the 3 biggest expenses you'll have in your life. Having a child, having a house, and having a car. Those are your 3 biggest expenses. And once you, especially at a young age, once you have a child and once you start getting caught in that, what they call a rat race. The rat race is, now the rat race begins even before having a child. It begins in college. People take out a lot of student loans and they get way overeducated and underinformed. And before you know it, they have $100,000 strapped on their back. They get out of college by the average age of 25. They're already behind the 8 ball. Now they have to pick a job that doesn't matter if they like it or not. They got to start to pay off some of that college loan. Then between the ages of 25 and 30, most people are going to settle down and get married and have a child, especially for a female. A female's clock's ticking. By 30 to 35, she wants to at least have 1 child, at least. For most, not all. And so right there, so now you have a $100,000 student loan. Now you're going to have a child. You just basically signed on for a $250,000 mortgage for 18 years, and you didn't even buy a house yet. Then you buy a house, then you get a car, then you get caught in a rat race. That's why 70 to 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's how it starts. Once you get on that wheel, very hard to get off. It's only by the grace of God that I was able to do a program that I worked during the day and went to school at night, that I was able to avoid huge college loan debt and get a certification in a technical field. And the other thing was, I wanted a relationship when I was in my 20s. By the grace of God, I didn't have kids and I didn't get in a relationship. Because then in my 30s, I don't want anything to do with a relationship. But when I was 25, I remember crying on my bed, asking God, why didn't a certain girl like me? Because I want to be in a relationship with her. And what did I do wrong? I'm a good person. She should like me. At 30 years old, I would have despised her because my mindset changed completely in 5 years. But in that moment, when I was 25, that's what I wanted. You won't want the same things at 35 that you did at 25. Just be mindful of that. And once you have a kid and once you get a house, it's very hard to go backwards. Josh says the freaks come out at night. It's true. Between midnight to 6 a.m., most trouble happens. So you just got to be very careful. Pat, Bob Wells has a video just out saying if you live full-time in a van, insurance goes up. Well, one is I just saw that video before I went live. I watched it on my phone. It was talking about car insurance. It was talking about if you have a car / if you have an RV, an official RV, and you don't designate it as your home and you get in an accident, that home is not back the same way home insurance is. But the car insurance still remains the same. He's saying basically if you have valuables in your RV, then they aren't going to be necessarily protected. I thought that was, for the most part, a waste of a video. People don't struggle with auto insurance. People struggle with health insurance. So he should really focus more time on that. But that only applies if you really have a legit RV as far as and you want to zone it as your house because you're going to keep valuable things in it. Everything I own is in one bag. I used to have expensive jewelry. I used to have this and this and that. I don't keep that on me anymore. So everyone's different. Some people, they live full-time out of an RV and they keep, collectibles and all that stuff, and then they got insured. So that would only apply to those group of people, not necessarily to me. Gilbert, what seems to make life a little more easier is to expect the unexpected, to always be aware of what could happen and act accordingly. Yes, and to not live in fear. It's a balance of things, but I hear that. AJ, how would your insurance know if you do or don't? Well, again, that video was based on, not about that. It was based on, because insurance is based on the amount of time, you estimate to travel or this and this and that. But that was based on if you had a house and you insured your house because of the things in it, like your supplemental home insurance, which I once had when I had a condo. Like if my house burnt up and if I lost my TV, if I lost my furniture, if I lost my jewelry, that house insurance would pay for it. The point of the video was if you have an RV and you put the thing, you put a TV, you put jewelry, you put a painting in there, and that RV gets in an accident and those paintings, those jewelries are destroyed, your auto insurance won't necessarily cover that because it won't be under home insurance. So that's what he was speaking on. Josh, you're so right on having a family with kids. I love mine, obviously, but if I'm honest, I had to do it over. I'm more of a free bird that prefers my space and time alone. I hear that. Again, it's only by the grace of God that I didn't have kids and get into that cycle. But in my experience, being a person that has dated and I talk to various people of older, once they get into their late 40s, 50s, and 60s, most of them say, not most of them, a big portion of them say that, yeah, if they had to do it over again, they probably would never got married and never had kids. Some of the women say they would have kids, but maybe not as many, because they never stop worrying. Even though their children are all adults, they have a huge burden of worry on their spirit, and they're not free. But again, you should do whatever you want. I'm just giving you my opinion, my life experience, and what I've shared. Everyone has their own, so I'm not trying to tell you anything other than what I've experienced. Star Pack, I'm dealing with my student loans pretty well. I try to pay more than the minimum each month to reduce interest. Well, that's wisdom. Because I still think student loans are one of the only things you can't clear in bankruptcy. I think they're trying to make a provision that maybe you could, but college is less and less a learning institution. It's more and more a big business. I was talking about that last night. I mean, now colleges want to accept you. Why? Because every person they accept is a huge profit. So you just got to be careful. I'm not against education because you need certifications, you need a level of training. You just got to be careful that you don't get googly eyes and try to get too many degrees and you don't have any work experience and you start to build up too much college loan debt. Then you start in that rat race. Even if you never have children, it takes a long time to get off that rat race. And by the time you graduate, you may not even like communications. If you major in communications, you may not even like graphic arts. By the time you figure out this world when you're in your mid-30s, you're gonna like things totally different than what you like in your 20s for most people. So you gotta be very careful. Pat, that insurance thing changes it big time for some folks I know. Yeah, for some folks who like collectibles, who like jewelry, I mean, it does change. Gilbert, what are a few states for good auto insurance? I don't know. I mean, I can't speak to that. I know when I got it quoted out, if I got a home base in Florida, I know car insurance was a little bit higher in Florida than it is in New Jersey. So those are the only two states that ever got quoted out. So that's my experience, but not that much, but maybe like $30 more per month. Pat, how about living in a van? Folks I know want to live in a van. Bob said if you don't tell insurance, you could. Well, again, he was saying that, you still have auto insurance. If you're in a van, you get an accident, you still have auto insurance. What he's saying is if inside that van you keep collectibles that would be considered like house collectibles, there isn't a supplemental plan to cover that because it's not figured as your home. You just have the straight auto insurance, which would be your liability and collision. They will repair your car, they repair the other car, but if you have an example, if you have a $5,000 painting in that car or $10,000 worth of jewelry, they won't necessarily cover that because it's not homeowners insurance, it's auto. So, I mean, it all depends what type of nomad you type to be. So me, again, I don't have any of that. I just live a basic life. Some people live an extravagant life, even in their van. They have like all these shelves with all these different things. So that's all, again, but that's what he was speaking on, not necessarily that you wouldn't have insurance, and not necessarily, you shouldn't lie, but it was about you wouldn't have it for that purpose. Pat, policy will be null and void. Yeah, only if you're using it as a home to house stuff. Pat, what about the toilet and fridge thing he was talking about? I don't have a toilet, I don't have a fridge, and I don't want one. I live a basic life. Some people want a toilet, fridge, and they have a house on wheels, so that would apply to them. So, again, everyone's different. Out of Illinois, hey, brother, great to see you. You're welcome. I mean, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the comment, brother. Good to see you out of Illinois. Starpack's from Illinois. Starpack. My high school didn't teach me how to manage money. Oh, it's a disgrace. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to read the rest of your comment. It's a disgrace. Me neither. And I went to overall was considered a good public school. It's a disgrace that the public school or private school, some of them, they don't teach how to balance a budget, how to live below your means. They'll teach algebra. They'll teach all this different bullshit, home ec, all this different shit. But they don't teach you to live below your means. Why? Because in America, it's 70% of the economy is based on consumerism. Consumerism from the day you get out of high school and to consume a college loan. Consumerism, to buy a house so then you can go to Target and you can buy all the different home decor so you can have a housewarming party, which costs you more money, and then you can have a baby and then you can buy all the cute baby stuff and you can live. 70 to 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. They have the nice baby clothes, they have the nice home decor, but they also have high levels of stress. That's also why half of marriages end in divorce, because they're stressed out. Most divorces statistically end because of financial adultery, not because of physical adultery. The financial stress on two people, think about it. If you had 2-3 kids and if both people were making $50,000 a year, forget about it. The amount of stress that you would have in your life, you would be out of this world. That's why most marriages end. Half of them do. That's why most relationships end. Because when you're under stress, you talk to yourself, and you talk to yourself bad. Oh, I even do that sometimes. I gotta be careful. I've learned to discipline myself. When you're under stress, you will talk to yourself bad. When you talk to yourself bad, you'll talk to other people bad. You'll talk to your spouse bad. You'll talk to your coworkers bad. Stress is a silent killer. And it kills not only you, but all the relationships around you. Because when you're not happy with you, when you're not happy with your situation, you not only self-destruct, you destroy everything around you. Because you're pissed. You know, it's like a child that hasn't got enough sleep, that's all tired and worked up. It just destroys stuff. And that's how you get when you have too much stress on yourself. Not good. Not good. I gotta get back to Starpack. He says learning to manage his money learning to manage your money is key. Now, I remember I ran into a guy, he's on YouTube too, Dave Ramsey. His message is living below your means. I mean, he's extreme where he talks about no credit cards, this and this and that. I don't fully buy into his thing, but I believe in his core message, which is live below your means. He helped me. Again, I don't agree with him 100%, but I will say overall his mindset is right. Starpack. Ooh, I got you, Starpack. Starpack. We have another Illinois person. Amen. You and Illinois represent. You buy a house to store your stuff in. Yeah. And then when you sell your house to downsize, you know what you put your stuff in? Storage unit. Storage units are multi-billion-dollar businesses. People downsize their house now, even if they live in a car, even if they get a tiny home, they got a storage unit. They pay an extra $100 to $200 a month just to put stuff in that they don't even use. I got family members that do that. You pay someone else to store stuff that you don't use, you haven't used in years, but just in case one day you want to use it, you have it. But the day you want to use it, the day you want to use your cookie cutter for Christmas time, it's a half hour away in a storage unit. You never go get it. What you'll do is you'll go to Target and buy another one. Throw it out. The key to downsizing is throw it out. Why? Because there's always another Walmart. You can always buy another one. But the more you hoard stuff, the more you hurt. because the more stress that's on your mental well-being, never forget it. Out of Illinois. Stumbled onto your channel and watched about 25 vids this week. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Josh, hey, Star Pack. I'm originally from Illinois, too. Dansville, actually. Amen. Josh representing, too. Pat. That's why my husband and I have no children. We have been married almost 25 years. Well, that makes for a healthier marriage because you got less stress. Pat, we could have never afforded it. Well, I think that's wisdom. I know some people love children, but look, there's plenty of children. Believe me, I've done mentorship programs with children. I'm great with children. I'm great with pets. I just don't want the full commitment. But what I can tell you is, if you really wanted to get the experience of children, you can go volunteer. There's plenty of children that don't have parents, that don't have role models. There's plenty of children that will love your time. And you can go there, you can fulfill that need, and then you can go home without the burden. Believe me, plenty. And there's plenty of MILFs out there that want a guy to take care of their kids. There is. Am I going to do it? No. Hell no. But they're out there. They want you to. After the guy that ruined their life, now they want the nice guy. Now they want the nice guy that loves dogs, maybe has a little bit of gut, and loves kids. They want you now. Am I going to do it? Hell no, I ain't going to do that. Fuck. I don't want that. That's the honest truth. Now, some guys out there want that. Some guys can't say no. I'll say no. I'll say no. I don't want it. I didn't always say no, but then you know what you're left? You're left raising their kids. You're left raising their kids, living a life, and it's a bad... I don't want that. I don't want it. Whatever. Pat. It's crazy. This world's great, but I'm thankful. My man. I hope I said this right. D'Amato. Hey, Inspirational Nomad, I'm a new sub from Tampa. Love and respect to Florida, brother. Gotta say, I've been watching your videos, and I love your message. Thank you. I hope I say your name right. Forgive me if I don't. Damaldio. Maybe Italian. Brother, love and respect to Florida. Somebody give me a palm tree emoji. Represent Tampa. I've been to Tampa before. Now, I tend to favor the southeast coast of Florida, but I show respect. I show respect to anybody. But you guys know, I got a special place in my heart for Florida. Damn, I hope to say his name right again. Don't feel disrespect. I'm gonna call you DC only because I don't want to mispronounce your name. DC, have you always lived in Florida, or did you grow up somewhere else and then you moved there? Pat, our society doesn't understand that. I agree with that, Pat. Society puts pressure on people to have kids. Some people want kids, but a lot, especially for women. It used to be, remember when women, like my mom's generation, they were pressured to get married by the age of 25 or else something's wrong with you. And now it's still a little bit of pressure, like, oh, you're 30, you don't have kids? Now, if you want kids, I know people that want kids, they should do that. They should live their dream. But if you don't want kids, it should be totally acceptable for you to just live by yourself and not have any kids. And it is more and more, but we've come a long way. And I feel bad for the women specifically that were pressured into marriage when they were younger and pressured into having kids. And, if you want to have kids, it's a blessing. But, I thank God that the women's movement came a long way. I talk crazy, but let me tell you something. I totally believe in equal rights. And I'm thank God for all the women that sacrificed to speak up in this country. They should be saluted. We live a better quality life because women have equal rights in the workforce, etc. And I'm a firm believer in that. So love and respect to all my women out there. Thank God that they have come to a level of equality in society. I will always stand up for that. And I'll continue to say, let's keep making improvement on that, because I believe a healthy society, women have equal power, equal rights, and they can call the shots. They want to have children, have them. If they don't. That being said, I don't want to get married. But I'm just trying to say. Star Pack. Man, we have more people from Illinois than I thought. Love and respect to Illinois out there. Yo, Bert. You are so right, Sam. Schools don't teach well. They teach the society to be, I can't say that word, but I got you. It's like the Matrix. Yeah, they basically teach you to live that cycle of consumerism. What? And I don't even think it's an evil, conspiracy theory. The reason why schools teach that is because you got to think about it. I know many teachers, and it's a great profession, but most teachers are living the rat race. How can the blind lead the blind? How can a teacher who has 2 kids, who has a mortgage for at least $250,000, who's living basically almost paycheck to paycheck, even though a teacher's a great salary, the only thing she's living for is when her kids move out and she gets a pension, and maybe her husband dies, or maybe the wife dies. But at the end of the day, most teachers are in a rat race. So most teachers can't teach what they don't know. Why? Because as society, we're brought up from day one, consumerism. So the public school system is all about preparing you for college. And in today's society, college is a money pit. You thought a house was a money pit? Huh. You know how many people I know are their biggest financial struggle right now, even in their middle age, is their financial student loans. And all high school does, public or private, is prepare you to take on student loan debt in college. You got to be very careful, man. Very careful. Praise the Lord. DC, my man from Tampa. I agree, living below your means. I started doing it this year. Praise the Lord, brother. Better late than never. That's right, brothers. That's right. DC, good job, man. Never, always better late than never. Out of Illinois. Save as much as you can, fast as you can, stay out of debt. Out of Illinois, great comment. Totally agree with that. My man AJ, your video, Living Below Your Means, got me subscribed. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. That video made sense to me. AJ, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. AJ, you've been a blessing in my life, man. Very encouraging, and I appreciate you. Out of Illinois. Interesting commentaries and great Jersey accent. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Love and respect to my people out in Illinois, man. Pat, I told my Catholic priest that story of children, and just what he said, he did not agree. Oh, I know. Because the Catholic tradition is, I had a guy I worked with, Irish guy, old school Irish, good guy, old school Irish guy, very Catholic, because Irish Catholic. And what I could tell you is, he had 4 kids, not because necessarily he wanted to, but because the Catholic Church at his age and his generation told him that if you use a condom, it's a sin. If you use birth control, it's a sin. That's what they told him. That's what they preached to him. And so here he is. He had 4 or 5 kids. And you know what? It was an unhealthy family. He's had struggles with alcohol and with different things. I don't judge him. He was a great guy. I love that guy. I still love that guy. But what I'm trying to tell you is he had too many kids. Too many kids. He wasn't ready for that much responsibility. And their family suffered because of it. Why? Because I don't blame him. I put some blame on the Catholic Church. You tell somebody that using a fucking condom is a sin, please. And they're fucking molesting children. And they're living high on the hog in golden palaces, in nice churches. That's why the Catholic Church is collapsing. Why? Because the next generation ain't buying in that shit. The baby boomer generation bought into it, and they paid for it. They paid the price. The next generation don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Now, that's the truth. Believe me, I love Jesus more than anybody, and I got the life to prove it. And these priests, some of them, I don't know. Here, I'll tell you, masturbate. Get that out of your system. If you don't want children, don't have them. It's a sin. I think it's a sin to recklessly have children. I really do. That's my opinion. Do what you want. I got to roll down my windows. You guys get me all fired up. Damn it. I like it, though. All right. That's D'Angela. That's my beautiful friend also from Tampa. DC and D'Angela from Tampa. Show some love and respect to Florida. More stuff equals more stress. That was a good one. I like that one. I actually enjoyed that. That was a video I did in the past. So true. My aspiration is to fit all my stuff in a car. That's right. So I should move around easily. Hey, everyone. D'Angela. Hey to you. Me and D'Angela may meet on the road and have a passionate nomad friendship, but probably not. But let's just fantasize about it for a minute. Maybe. Pat, I binge watch Sam's videos. Well, I appreciate that. But think for yourself. I get sick of Sam. But then, that's right. How long does it take for you to get sick to somebody? 3 weeks, 3 months max. After that, you don't want to watch them anymore. Am I mad at that? Hell no. I'm the same way. That's why I don't want to be in a relationship. After 3 weeks, 3 months, you heard everything got to say. Now, I can still make it entertaining, but you know what I'm going to say. Come on. But your other option is to watch Bob Wells talk about car insurance. You want to watch that? You want to watch Trump talk about trade wars? Or do you want to watch me? I think a lot of people should watch me. I think I'm more fun. But do what you want. My man DC. Show me some love and respect on those palm tree emojis. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, DC. Love and respect to Tampa. My man out of Illinois. Hey, Nomad. Check out Terrence Pop YouTube channel. I'll check him out. You'll love it. Google him. Very interesting guy. I will, brother. Thank you for the suggestion. Pat, I have been told I'm selfish for not wanting kids. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, you know who you've been told? You know who told you were selfish? Someone who got trapped to having kids, and their kids probably don't like them. That's probably the truth. You're not selfish for not having kids. You're selfish for having kids. You're not selfish for not having kids. You're selfish for having kids. Why do you have kids? Because you want the cute baby. You want the cute baby outfits. A kid doesn't willingly ask to be born. So, you force a child into this world. I made a video on that. I think having a kid is selfish. That was the name of the video. A lot of people didn't like that video, but that's the truth. In my opinion, do what you want. Loco's Crazy Adventures. What's going on? He gave me like an island emoji and a palm tree like in the middle of an island. Love and respect. That'll get me inspired. Thank you. Pat, Stroud, I laugh at those people. I do more than laugh. I get a little bit upset with those people. Pat, they think they are doing so good with their own children. Yeah, let me tell you, most people ain't doing good with their children, in my opinion. Out of Illinois, talks a lot about what you're talking about. I'll check them out. Start back. Good reasoning, Sam. Stay hydrated. Start back. That's why I love Start back. Keeps me in check. Start back. Praise the Lord. Let's stay hydrated. What do I have tonight? 44-ounce Diet Coke. Now, if Bloomberg was still mayor, this may have not happened. Bloomberg was going to tax, or he's going to outlaw like two big soup. Now this is diet though, no calories, but they got like the acid in it, aspirin or whatever the hell it's called. Come on, it's my one drink per night. Do I have some treats? I have skinny popcorn, Diet Coke. Can you be mad at me? A lot of people watching me right now on YouTube, on their Roku, in their house, whatever, masturbating. I don't know what they're doing, and they're eating chocolate and cheese, and they're judging me for drinking Diet Coke. Don't judge me. Amazing. D'Angelo, Pat, I go through the same when I tell people that I don't want children, but it doesn't bother me one bit. D'Angelo, you don't have children? Let's meet up on the road. I don't want to do that, but in my mind, maybe. Sasha, so true. Sasha, I love you. Sasha, also beautiful. Out of Illinois. College is a racket for most people, definitely. Out of Illinois, no doubt about it. I mean, let me tell you something. For me, not everybody works like that. I got the most education by self-education, by Googling stuff, by researching, reading. Not everybody's like that, but I also played the game. I mean, I went to school after high school. I went to school for 5 years at night, and I worked a full-time job during the day. I was in a program with the Department of Labor. But I paid the price because I know you need a certain amount of certifications to get a decent pay. So I'm not going to be anti-education after high school. It sucked. Well, for 5 years, I fucking gritted my teeth and I did what I had to do. Then after that, I got my own other certifications just based on teaching myself. But I can't tell you that you don't need any certifications. You do. I mean, it's part of the game of this world. But you got to be very careful that you don't over leverage yourself, put too much debt on yourself. Very tough balance. Out of Illinois, organized religion is the biggest racket than college. Illinois, I agree with you 90%. I will say 10% of it teaches some good principles, but for the most part, I agree with you. And I don't think, just like I said with public schools, I don't think they do it out of being evil. I think they do it out of just repeating a cycle. The blind can't lead the blind. So public school system teachers, they just teach basically you have to prepare yourself for college and get caught in that rat race because that's what they were taught. Pastors, preachers, everyone else, they teach the same dogma traditions because that's what they were taught. And once in a while, it takes a rebel to reform society. What did Jesus do? He reformed religion because Jesus was Jewish, and all the Jewish people, the religious leaders, not all the Jewish people, the religious leaders of the Jewish people were thinking a certain way. So here Jesus was, born fully Jewish, but he viewed the scriptures in a different way. He totally reformed how we looked at the Ten Commandments, how we look at religion. Some people didn't like that. A lot of people didn't like that. That's why they put him on a cross. So did Martin Luther, the reformist of the Catholic Church, a couple hundred years ago. That's who Martin Luther King Jr. was named after. Because Martin Luther King Jr., the civil rights leader, his real name I think was Michael. But his father renamed him Martin Luther after the reformist of the Christian faith. Martin Luther, he was a reformist. He nailed like certain amount of complaints against the Catholic Church on their door. And he said, you guys are following dogma the wrong way. He totally disagreed with them. And that's how, you got some different Christian denominations. So there's always need for reform. Why? Because a lot of times people just cycle in whatever they're taught as a child and they never critically think for themselves. And then even like your professors, like in college, they may teach you some good things, but some things they're just repeating what they heard. You have to learn how to critically think for yourself. I got caught in the cycle of religion. I got caught in the cycle of, formal education. All that's fine. You can learn a lot, but you have to have a layer of critical self-thinking. And they can never teach you that. That's something that has to awaken in your spirit. Very important. Sasha, you need your own TV show, Sam. You make so much sense and you're so passionate. Love it. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. I once had my own radio show, but it was only public radio here in New Jersey. Did I get a lot of viewers? No, but it was my start. So thank you, Sasha. I appreciate that. Now, if I had a public TV show, what would I do? I would just do it via my car. But this is like a TV show almost. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sasha, very much. D'Angelo, Much respect to Bob Wells, but I'd rather watch Sam. Laugh out loud. Amen. I'll take that. Now, Bob Wells got a lot more subscribers than me, a lot more viewers. But do I care? No, because I don't compare myself to anyone. I'm myself. Be you, I'll be me, and we could both be happy. And I don't want to get married. Out of Illinois, Bloomberg, police are going to knock on your window. Bloomberg, I thought overall did a good job, but there were some things I disagree with him on. But overall, I think he did a good job as mayor of New York. Shazroom, the medical field is a racket also. I agree with that. Definitely Shazroom. Good point. Why do you make a doctor's appointment 2 weeks in advance? You get there 10 minutes early, and then you have to wait an hour and a half for him to look at you for 10 minutes. Or her. The nurses look at you most of the time. You spend the other majority of your time filling out paperwork for the secretary. Then the doctor, he or she, comes in the room for 10 minutes, subscribes you something, and very little value. Now, there's some great doctors, but the whole system is a little bit of a scam. I totally agree. It needs major reform. Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. Great comment. Whew. That being said, I think I give it a good run tonight. I think I gave it a good shot. I gave it my best. I left it all out on the YouTube field. I have a little bit more Diet Coke. Praise the Lord. And we go from there. Well, love and respect to all the new viewers. I appreciate that. It's very encouraging to me. Out of Illinois, doctors have saved my life a couple times. Well, thank you for the comment, because that should be noted. That should be noted. A well-balanced thought should be noticed. There are some great men and women doctors, and some of the medical field is great. So thank you, out of Illinois, for stating that. I want this to be fair and balanced. I know it's crazy when you say that, but I do want a balanced perspective. So thank you, out of Illinois, for sharing your life experience. Wandering Soul, hello and goodbye. Wandering Soul, thank you for checking in. I've been thinking about you. I speak peace to your mind, and I speak confidence to your soul. Don't self-analyze. Don't be too critical on yourself. Love yourself, Wandering Soul. I'm with you. I'll support you. As long as you don't upload anything crazy, I'm with you. I just want you to be at peace. I want you to push forward. That being said, you got to figure that out for yourself. But I just want to let you know I'm in your corner. All right? D'Angelo, drink more water. Oh, no, that's Sasha, the beautiful Sasha. Drink more water. I will, Sasha, for you, because you're kind of cute. I like that. Gilbert, tonight was a good night. It was, brother, and I appreciate you, Gilbert. Wandering Soul, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Wandering Soul. All right, let me end on a high note before you guys start to hate me. That being said, go in peace. Remember, weeping may endure a night, but joy comes in the morning. There's two different parts. There's night and day. Don't let the nighttime, don't let the dark sky make you anxious, overwhelm you, or give you anxiety or depression. Realize it's just the earth rotating away from the sun. The sun will come up tomorrow. Remember that song? The sun will come up tomorrow. Was that Annie? That was a good show. That was a good movie. The original one. All right? The sun will come tomorrow. Joy will come in the morning. Don't let the nighttime hurt you mentally. All right? I love you. Out of Illinois, it's great to meet you, brother. Thank you and AJ, you're my guy. Gilbert, love and respect. And the beautiful D'Angelo from Tampa. Love and respect. And to DC from Tampa, new viewer. Am I going to be in Florida? Pray for me very soon. Okay? I was almost in Florida tonight. I almost took a plane down to Fort Lauderdale. Should I have? Well, I would have missed this live chat, so I don't know. What are you going to do? All right. I love you guys. Go in peace.